Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gearing Up. This is going to be different. I'm trying something new. I'm hoping that this actually works. And couple quick warnings. Few things. So number one, I'm doing some videos. So if you're listening to this, definitely go check out Gearing Up on YouTube. There's going to be a video for this one, and I've got my normal setup when I record a solo episode, but I've also got my phone here, and I'm just trying to get the video element figured out. I'm also going to be talking about some knives that I'm pretty excited about. So, so there's going to be a visual component to this one as well. So I'm hoping in post future Greg edits knives right here, and we'll see. So this is gonna be an experiment. But yeah, I wanted to put together an episode. I've been doing, hey, check out these accounts, and I haven't talked a lot about knives that I'm excited about. There's a few reasons for that. Number one, there's not a whole lot that I'm excited about. I mean, there's some really cool ones coming out, but my tastes have gotten to a point where I'm like, unless I know I'm really gonna love it, I'm not pulling the trigger. And so that's had an impact on how many knives I'm actually purchasing lately, and the number is pretty small. So what I did was I came up with a list. I've kind of got like a running wish list, if you want to call it that, on Blade HQ for knives that I like. I like the style, I like the makers, whatever it is. And I finally got to a point I was like, I should just post about this. Like, these are knives that I'm interested in checking out. So before we get into that, because I'm doing video, I am going to show you guys what I'm carrying today. The first thing is the Spyderco McBee. This is my, ride or die. I've got the little paper micarta scale and brass backspacer. I've got the Bonehead single finger nug. This thing is so cool. It's super light. It's that hard rubber, but it's really neat. So loving this one. I don't know if I can get it to focus. There we go. And then flashlight of choice today is the only flashlight I own, the Raylight Mini Pineapple in titanium. So yeah, that's what I've got on me today, but let's dive into knives that I'm excited about. I'm pretty boring when it comes to what I like. I mean, if you guys follow my Instagram, you know that there's only a few knives that I really care about, or that I really like. My preferences are pretty set. I like smaller knives, nothing flashy, nothing too crazy. So these are in no particular order, but these are knives that I either am excited to try or would like to check out, or I'm thinking about purchasing, and I just want to kind of talk about the makers behind them, why, and all of that stuff. So the first one, it's actually one that's on its way to me now. I got in on the Kickstarter for this knife, and it's really cool. Love the guy behind it, and I know you guys do too, because he's a staple in the knife community. And that first knife is the ding. So I'm hoping that I can figure out how to put a knife right here in post. The first knife is the NAFSCO Lander. Ben is a huge supporter of the show and a big a friend. I was gonna say big fan. I don't know. I hope he's a big fan, but definitely a friend of the show. He's been super cool, super helpful to me, and just love talking to him. Love the energy he brings to the industry and to what we do. And I'm thankful to call him a friend, and love the baby banter, love the banter. And if you guys know, I don't know if I've posted it in a while. I have like 6 baby banter air fresheners hanging from my mirror. I told him, I was like, I just want a forest of baby banters. And it's kind of hilarious every time I get in my car. But anyways, the Lander is one that he announced, and it is, I go back to Nick Shabaz's review of the banter, and he called it like a tall glass of vanilla. And and this is not I'm not knocking this at all, but if the banter could be more vanilla, I think it would be the Lander. Like, the Lander, again, non-offensive, non-threatening, just a super clean, basic design. I love the size. I love the lines. I think the ergos are going to be fantastic. I'm excited to try it out. And I love what Ben's doing with the hot swappable scales, where just a quick couple of screws and you can flip flop the scales on it. So definitely looking forward to that. And with all the cool scales he's put out for the Banter and the Baby Banter, I'm excited to see what he does with the Lander. And if I remember correctly, he's put the source files out there so people can like 3D print their own. So it'll be really cool to see what he does with it, and then again what end users end up doing. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's a really cool looking knife, and I'm again happy to support Ben and looking forward to getting this one in the collection. Should be here in a few days, so looking forward to checking it out. All right, the next one is one that I've had on my wish list for a hot minute. I can't remember who I saw posting this. I think I've talked about it before on the show too, but I'm a huge fan, again, sticking with that sort of simple aesthetic. I'm a huge fan of Ray Laconico. I think his designs are incredibly clean, and everything he's worked on is I'm a fan of, especially his smaller knives. And the Yorkie is one that I've really enjoyed. I've had the flipper Yorkie in the past. You guys know my thoughts on flippers. I'm not always the biggest fan of the flipper. And then someone posted on their story one day, this guy, and it's the Yorkie liner lock with a thumb stud. So it's like it takes everything I loved about the Yorkie and takes away the one thing I didn't really love about it and adds a thumb stud. So I'm super intrigued by this guy. It is M390 steel and G10 handles. I love the color combo of the ivory and black, and I really think that it looks really good. I think I know I'll love it. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it, but I'm always excited to check out Ray's work and all the stuff that he's doing, whether it's designing stuff with Kaiser or other makers or doing Monterey Bay, whatever he's working on. Like, always love seeing it. So this is one that is on the list, has been on the list for a minute, and I think when the time is right, it'll end up in the collection, and it'll probably stick around because big fan of the size and the design and the blade shape and everything. I'm just not a huge fan of flippers. So when I found out there was a thumb stud version, I almost bought it like immediately, but life. I was like, yeah, we'll see. But it's been sitting in my wish list for a hot minute. All right, let's move on to number 3. Number 3 on the list. It's sort of an interesting one. I don't know a whole lot about it. I don't know a whole lot about the designer. It says it's designed by Azo and Liz. I don't know anything about them or that persons, whatever. But it is the Kaiser Mini Bay Detent Slip Joint Knife White/Black. That's a terrible name. That's not the name. This is the Mini Bay from Kaiser. Bing! It's right there. And I really like, again, I like that white-black color combo. I think it's really cool. And then you guys know I love tiny knives. And so this one looks like just the perfect little fifth pocket, flipper, beep, and it's a tiny blade. So I really think that this is one that I might like. It's $69, so I don't think that that's crazy, and it's S35 yen, so good steal. And cool little white black G10 combo on the handle there. So definitely excited to try that one out when the time comes. So this is a knife that I'm really excited about. I think it's super cool looking. It's right up my alley, and it's definitely on the list. So let's move on to number 4. Number 4, another one from Kaiser. You guys will see kind of a common theme here. It's not like I'm overly loyal to Kaiser, but I think that they do some of the more, I don't know what the right word is, but ding, this guy right here. This one. This is the Kaiser Walnut. It is a super unique little design, and I don't know. I don't know if this is one that I would even like. I think it's super unique, and I like the idea that there is a tiny little 2-inch blade on it, and I don't know. It's just one that I like the blade shape. I like the color combo, black, white G10. It is a slip joint though, so I don't know. I'd have to see the action and see how, like, I don't know. This is one that's on the list, but it's like it's low on the list, but definitely one I'm excited about. Um, the next one, I actually just remembered one, so I'm gonna add it. If I said 5 knives earlier, I'm lying, and it's gonna be 6. Um, just bear with me. Okay, yeah, that's it. Stop emails. Anyways, hey, perks of doing video. I can edit this. I'm not gonna edit it out. Okay, the next one. This is one I remember just now, and because of Kaiser and the shape of this last one. This is not Kaiser. I'm excited for this one. Bing from Civivi. Is the Bing getting annoying? I'll quit. So this is the Civivi O-Step Hel-Ki V Plus. I think. I hope I'm saying any of that right. So I love this blade design. I love the color combo. Again, I'm a sucker for white or ivory G10. I think it's super cool and it's underutilized. So at least I think it's underutilized. Anyways, I don't know. Nitro V Steel G10 little flipper. It's not really a front flipper. It's like a Mohawk flipper. I don't know what you'd call it. But anyways, this is one. I've had the smaller variant of the Ki V. Tiny little guy. Tiny knife. And super fun little fidgety double detent. But I like the idea of having this blade shape in a liner lock. And it's a 2.5-inch blade. So it still falls in that normal smaller blade for me kind of size range. And so, yeah, definitely like the design, like the lines. Don't know that I'm a huge fan of the pocket clip, but it is what it is. I'll make it work. But that's one that is on my wish list. I'm definitely interested in checking out. It's $65, and I don't know. I'm kind of digging it. That may be the next one I purchase. Price wise and feature wise, function wise, all that stuff. I think this one is like for $65. This might make the collection next. All right, and then the very last one on this list, the last one that I've curated, is one that I don't know. I mean, for the money, like, this looks really dope. So it's from Kaiser. Not going to do Bing. Just going to put it right here. It's the Kaiser Maverick Customs Harpoon Fixed Blade. And so first, props for doing a more EDC style fixed blade. That's not really the case. A lot of fixed blades are EDC style, but this seems like it fits in like the aesthetic that a lot of people carry. I don't know. I don't know what the right word is, but when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's interesting. It's $60. Like for $59, this is a cool fixed blade. It's D2 steel. People complain about D2. I'm not a steel snob. I don't really care for the use that my knives get. That's going to be fine. But I really like the design. I like that this is something that's... I always feel like when companies make fixed blades and they're not like an independent maker, like a Kaiser or a Boker or whatever, it's always this sort of bushcrafty knife, and those are fine. I think there's some of them that look really, really good, but this seems like it seems like one of the more EDC, and when I say EDC, I mean like Instagram EDC. That sounds horrible, but I think you guys know what I mean. Like this is definitely a more stylish modern fixed blade. It's almost a 4-inch blade, so size wise, I don't know. I'd be interested to see how that fits in the hand and what it carries like. But love the design, absolutely love the price, and again for $60, I don't know. I really want to check it out. So those are the 6 knives that have made my list, and they're the ones that I'm interested in checking out. Now, am I ever going to get all of them? I doubt it. I don't buy enough knives any longer to I don't buy knives often enough now where I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy and get all of those and have them. So I don't know. But I do think there's a couple of them that are contenders for sort of the next knife purchase or next impulse knife purchase. And I'm looking forward to checking some of them out. Listen, this has been fun. I wanted to do this. I wanted to see how it all came together. Is it a flip? Is it a flop? Is it a we don't do this again? Let me know what you think. And are you excited about any knives? What are you looking forward to? What are you hoping to check out? What's on your wish list? Or any of the ones that are on my wish list? You agree? You disagree? You think I'm crazy? You think I like stupid knives? I don't know. You tell me. But thanks again for listening, and thanks again for watching, if you're watching. And we'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Thanks. Peace.